On the morning of December 12, a group of Azerbaijani environmentalists and civil society activists began a peaceful protest rally on the Lachin road in Karabakh region of Azerbaijan. The reason was the resumption of illegal mining in the Russian peacekeepers' temporary deployment area. The primary concern was the plunder of gold and copper-molybdenum deposits. It was the Lachin road where the uncontrolled movements of trucks exporting ore mined from these deposits to Armenia was observed. During the 30-year occupation, these deposits, like all the others in the occupied territories of Azerbaijan, were illegally and intensively developed by the Armenians with the involvement of foreign companies. After the 44-day war in 2020, the illegal use of Azerbaijan's natural resources in this region, including the Russian peacekeepers' temporary deployment area, was interrupted. However, this fall, illegal mining of gold and copper-molybdenum ore resumed when the sanctioned Russian oligarch Ruben Vardanyan appeared in Karabakh. That is, the existing Karabakh-related problems were aggravated by the illegal economic activity of Ruben Vardanyan. On December 3rd and 7th, following negotiations held in Khojaly by a monitoring group which consisted of employees of the Ministry of Ecology and Natural Resources of Azerbaijan with commanders of Russian peacekeepers, an agreement was reached that on December 10, Azerbaijani specialists would begin preliminary monitoring of the situation with the illegal exploitation of mineral deposits in Karabakh region of Azerbaijan. However, despite the agreement, on December 10, when a group of Azerbaijani environmentalists accompanied by Russian peacekeepers arrived at the monitoring site, they faced aggressive actions by those who controlled the mines and their henchmen, who disrupted the monitoring. This gave start to the protests. A group of Azerbaijani ecologists, representatives of non-governmental organizations, as well as volunteers, stood up against the illegal exploitation of natural resources in the territories of Azerbaijan. Eco-activists set up tents on the road and demanded access to the mines. Also, the protesters demanded a meeting with the commander of the Russian peacekeeping contingent, Major General Andrei Volkov. No meeting has taken place to this day. As events unfolded, peacekeepers installed modular dormitories in the protest zone and brought in a significant number of personnel and armored vehicles, including a handheld anti-tank grenade launcher. It is not clear why peaceful demonstrators frightened the Russian peacekeepers so much. The number of participants continues to grow day by day. It is a peaceful rally by unarmed people. This makes all the allegations of them blocking the road completely unfounded. Not a single supply vehicle was turned away by activists. Russian peacekeepers and Red Cross vehicles and ambulances passed through the protest zone unhindered the whole month. Not a single humanitarian cargo was detained, and not a single resident of Khankindi in need of medical assistance was prevented from getting it. In addition, human rights activist Dilara Efendieva received a request from the city of Askeran to facilitate the return of 18 children and 2 teachers from Armenia. Meanwhile, separatist leader Ari Karuchunyan and so-called state minister Ruben Vardanyan declared martial law and humanitarian disaster in Khankindi. On December 21, the UN Security Council held a meeting concerning the protests. A representative of Armenia stated that the situation in Karabakh was close to a humanitarian disaster and called on the council to demand from Azerbaijan to fully comply with the provisions of the tripartite statement and unblock the Lachin corridor. Ignoring the fact that the corridor was blocked by the Russian contingent and not by Azerbaijan, the council member states once again expressed their concern about the situation. Representatives of France and the United States called for the immediate unblocking of the corridor. Albania, the United Arab Emirates, China, Great Britain, Brazil, Norway, Ireland, and India also made similar calls. Azerbaijan's permanent representative to the UN, Yasar Aliyev, categorically denied all accusations against Azerbaijan. He also stressed that the territory which Armenia and some members of the council erroneously call Nagorno-Karabakh is the internationally recognized part of Azerbaijan, Karabakh Economic Region. Yasar Aliyev also noted that there are no impediments to the supply of goods or necessary medical services to the local population in the region. In addition, he reminded that Lachin district was occupied by Armenia in May 1992, and in accordance with paragraph 6 of the November 10, 2020 trilateral statement, the district was returned to Azerbaijan. On January 9, Toros Kazarian, a resident of Khankendi, approached one of the posts of the Azerbaijani army. He asked for help, said that he was hungry, had a cold, and asked for cigarettes. He was given everything he asked for, expressed his gratitude, and was taken by the Russian peacekeepers back to Khankendi. Meanwhile, Vardanian continues to hold the inhabitants of Khankendi hostage and even invented the time machine, taking the region back to the late 1980s. According to Armenian telegram channels, a rationing system will be introduced in Khankendi as of January 17, which will allow distributing available food. Residents of Khankendi will be able to use ration cards on January 20. This proves once again that the Armenians of Karabakh became hostages of Ruben Vardanian and his Kremlin patrons, and they can only get help from Azerbaijan. On January 10, the president of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, said in an interview with local TV channels that the young people who, despite the harsh weather conditions, have been for about a month demanding an end to criminal activity on our territory are the pride of Azerbaijan. We demand monitoring, inspection, cessation of illegal exploitation, and we will achieve that, Aliyev said.